So for the last like 60 seconds, I've been talking, going, why can I not see myself? Yeah, got to add myself to the stage. Welcome. There we go. All right. Just had a moment. Just had a moment. Had a rough month. Okay. Just had a moment there with it because I had everything set up and I'm like, why am I not appearing on the screen? Because I hadn't added myself to the stage. There we go. Can everybody hear me? Are we good? Or is everything working? Because yeah, it's all good. Okay, let's see here. Maria, yay. Yeah, I'll talk about that in a minute. Hello, Melty. Hello. Hello to everybody who's piling over from Michelle's channel. Uh, that was such a funny ending with the phone call. Does anybody need a new roof? Does anybody need a new roof? Hello, Just British. A new roof, yeah. It's that was pretty funny. So while we were all watching Michelle, she got a call from like one of those phone scammer types that from like some other country. We know what country. And so she was playing with him while we were all listening, and it was pretty funny. I like to play with them too. Because my thing is the longer I can keep them occupied, I'm not getting scammed, the better it is because I'm keeping them from scamming someone else. So there we go. Okay, don't shh. I got a whole presentation here. Got a whole presentation ready to go. So you just got a membership to Angel Gaudi's. That's funny. That's funny. Hello, everybody. Sapper and Miriam. Miriam is one of our Canadian friends, and I will be hanging out with her at the Conservative Convention next month, in just over a month. And so we're already making plans to have dinner and things like that when we get out there. Hello, Rini. How are you? Munchie. Munchie, I'm sending you lots of love. Lola, another one of our Canadian friends. Blue Yukon. Hello and welcome. Thanks for coming back. Got Miriam here. Who are they? Yeah, all the latecomers. Yeah, well, you're always right on time. It's all good. It's all good. And beautiful flat. That was funny, right? Listening to Michelle say, and what part of America are you in? And what state? And tell us more about that state. That was pretty funny. I do the same thing just so that other people aren't getting scammed. So yeah, great. The bot is working. The bot's going to be dropping links this whole time. So absolutely, there's all my different links will be coming up. And you know what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to drop a little freebie for you. We'll drop it right now into the chat. There we go. This link I just dropped is my end of year printable. And so you can download it. It's free. And then you can fill it in yourself when you have time. And it really helps you kind of look back on the year and kind of see what you really did achieve and then help you plan for next year. So there we go. Yes, like and subscribe, please. Oh, before I forget, on Christmas Eve, so a week from today, I am going to do a little live, probably earlier in the day. We'll pull some cards, things like that. Probably going to make it members only. So, and I'm going to drop some memberships today, right now, just in like 2 minutes. So there we go. Let me just make sure everybody. Moxie, hey, are you finished now working, or do you go till Friday, Saturday, or have the kids all gone home to their parents? All right, let me see. I'm going to do it right now. Let me see if I can remember how to. Okay, I'm going to drop 5 memberships right now. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, you head home Friday. Well, safe travels, Moxie. And I hope you have a really nice time with your family and your friends in your hometown and get to catch up with everybody. Okay, does it show here? Great. Oh, Miriam, you got one. Footsie got one. Carrie, Dilly, and Supper. Okay, awesome. Great. Perfect. So y'all be able to come next week. I think we'll do a members only, little live, maybe a little deeper chat, things like that. So we've got that going on. All right, let's dive in now that we've got everybody here. This is my Angels Survival Guide to the holidays. It is $11. and I'll drop the link right now. Yes, I'm doing an infomercial right now, and I'm just watching my son walk up the driveway. Gosh, is it that time already? Coming home from school. Congratulations to everybody who got your memberships. There you go. And yeah, Moxie, you're always right on time. You're always right on time. And so this one, I've just dropped the link for that. If you want to grab it, it's 55 pages. I know a bunch of you have already grabbed it and left reviews about it. Everybody's loving it. I put a ton of work into it, and there's still so much more to be added to it. So what I'm going to do is, if you buy it this year, then every year as it's being updated with more things added to it, you will get the updated versions sent out to you. So that's what we've got going on there. And then you've got my end of year review. That's free. You can just grab that and download it. Woo! All right. So just some stuff going on in my life. Last week, I had to postpone my live because I have CPTSD and PTSD. And thank you, Sapper. Yeah, Sapper read it. And I think, did your wife read it too? Because I know a lot of people are like, everybody's got to read this. So I have CPTSD and PTSD. And one of the things that really sets it all off is the phone. So when the phone is being rung constantly in my house, it just sets me off, because my mother would stalk me through the phone. My mother's a covert narcissist, quite malignant. Yeah. So hi, Nikki. Oh, there's Melty. And where did I just see Nikki? There we go. And there's Munchie, where I just saw you here like a second ago. There we are. There she is. There's Nikki right there. Thanks for hopping in, Melty. Yeah, Maria grabbed it as well. So there we are. So, oh, Fiona thinks you're going to jail again. Again. All right, we'll get into that in a minute. So, with this whole situation with my father-in-law, the phone has been ringing nonstop. My husband's phone goes crazy all the time, and it's just incessant. It was really setting me off. So there's Miriam saying that she has, yeah, so you got it. And it's like literally like fight or flight for me. Like I'll come out swinging, or I'm a runner. Like I don't do the fawn or freeze thing very much. I tend to do, I'll bolt. And hello, Royalty House. So the phone was just setting me off. I also had a really, really hard dentist appointment last week. I had one yesterday as well. And so my CPTSD was off the charts. And I thought, I'm going to come on live and I'm going to sit here and cry for 90 minutes for everybody. And then y'all will have something really to talk about. So I was just like, I can't do it. I'm not, it's not fair to the people who come and hang out, and it's not fair to me. So I decided to postpone and let my central nervous system calm down. And then my husband basically talked to his brother, told his brother, you have to handle all the phone calls from now on. So please, like, just take them, because it's setting everything off in our home. So he's done that. So my brother-in-law is now getting all the phone calls, and then anything that my husband needs to know about his dad, my brother-in-law will just let him know. So everything has calmed right down again. My nice peaceful life is back. So that's why I had to postpone. And I feel like this is a really important conversation. I know a lot of people would be like, well, it's my privacy, I'm entitled to it. But at the same time, I feel like it's really important and a great reminder to all of us to know when you've reached your limit. Know when you really should maybe take a day off to deal with your own stuff and not be like spewing your trauma all over YouTube. Do you know what I mean? Because there's people who do that, and I'm never going to be one of them. I'd be like, I've cried on my channel. They say you're not a real YouTuber till you've cried on your channel, but I didn't cry out of like trauma. I cried because something was really emotional. So there we have it. That was it. So I just want, just a gentle reminder for everybody that, especially this time of year, if things are hard, it's okay to back off a little bit. It's okay to take a break. It's okay to say, I'm going to sit this one out and tend to yourself. So that's why I wanted to explain that and just sort of say why I canceled my live last week. So that's where we're at. Miriam saying, oh, I'm done with people pleasing and I'll fight or run. Yeah. Yeah. Like it's one or the other. I will destroy you or I'll run, like one or the other. And that's it. Yeah. I try to, but it's like one of those things like PTSD is, I wish I could intellectualize my way out of it, but it's like one of those things I just kind of have to ride the wave. I do have protocols. If you are dealing with this and you want my protocols, it was a nutritionist that I worked with who actually gave me some really good stuff that helped so much and gave me information. If you want that, just email me and then I'll dig it out and get that information for you. There we go. Oh, did you go into Fiona's chat? And then she's like, you're going to go to jail again. I'm going to call Kash Patel on you again. Oh my goodness. When she called the FBI. Yeah. Good times. Good times. It's true about the crying, right? Like you've made it. I really truly believe like you have made it when you've sat on your channel and cried about something really important. Like there's a Canadian YouTuber that I watch, Jasmine Lane. She's a political broadcaster and commentator, and she cried not long ago, just about 10 days ago. She had to stop her show and come back and start again because she was crying. But she was crying because her boyfriend of like 10 years had dispatched himself a few years ago, and she was talking about that and what it's like to survive your partner end gaming themselves. So yeah, there we go. So yeah, know your boundaries. Know when it would be too much. That's yeah, no drama on YouTube. So we're here for it, right? No, we're here to not have drama. This is where we chillax. No, well, that's why we listen to you, Melty, because you do that and you put so much stuff out there and keep us all up to date. Like I can't keep up with all these other channels, so I watch you and then I find out what's going on. and then I'm all up to date. And if it's important, you'll tell me, like, well, you'll tell all of us, right? So there we go. Yeah, no drama. Yeah, the lockdowns were hard. And people with PTSD were really she said, I'm gonna stop running. You're gonna stop running? What? What do you what? Yeah. PTSD versus CPTSD. Okay, so CPTSD is complex PTSD. We know that PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. Both of them are technically brain damage because PTSD and CPTSD, both like the trauma that you experience actually changes the structure of your brain. A lot of people with CPTSD get diagnosed as ADHD. And I did a lot of digging into that because I was watching like ADHD videos thinking, well, that's me. Oh my God. Do I have ADHD too? Like, right? Like, not that it's bad, but it's just like, holy smokers, how many diagnoses can I have? And what it is it looks really, really, really similar to ADHD, but there's trauma behind it. And the trauma tends to begin before your first conscious memories. So when people say, just remember who the F you are, we don't know who we are. I don't, you know what I mean? And it's a pretty common thing whenever, and people will say, I'm an empath. And empaths are not magically born. Empaths tend to be survivors of narcissistic abuse and have CPTSD. What we are very good at is reading a room. This was great when I worked in the funeral industry. I could walk in, I could tell if a family had just had a fight about something and like turn around and leave and be like, you know what, I'm just going to leave them to it. Right. So it's really about like, that's like the most basic broken down explanation of it. But it's my central nervous system sometimes can't tell the difference between the ice cream truck and the Germans flying overhead. So you know what I mean? It's like something as simple as thing like a phone ringing can like just set everything off. And I'm a mess and I'm like shaking on the inside and doubting myself and everything else. So when that happens, I have to actually pull myself out of life and recover. I'm getting better because I do use the protocols that I was talking about. Like I said, if anybody wants them, email me and I will, I'll dig them out of my files for you. And that way, you can give them a try too. I do all natural stuff and some therapy stuff and things like that. So there we go. There we go. What I saw somebody, oh my gosh. Oh, I missed a whole bunch. Okay. Didn't know that about Jasmine. Yeah, Jasmine's partner dispatched himself a few years ago. And so that's sort of what prompted her to do her channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, Melty's a riot. Melty's hilarious. Yes, like to know when you started running to be. Yeah, I know. Right? Yeah, there we go. Andrea, hello, hello. If I haven't said hi to anybody, please take it personally. I'm just like going through because see, this is the thing. You can't do this and this at the same time to look at the thing. This is how we end up with 4-hour lives. Is I'm busy looking at the chat. Oh yes, we're gonna start running. Running as part of it. Yeah. Yep. It's amazing. You can't, there's no cure. There's no cure. You can just manage it. Munchie or Fifi, well into the second cardboard dough. Yes, yes, that is true. It is true. It's I think for most of us, acceptance is the first step towards loving ourselves. So yeah, yeah. I know, yeah. I can believe that. I can believe that. If you want those protocols, just reach out and I'll get the file out for you and send everything to you because it was so helpful. Like I've had the weirdest situations where then I'm crippled by PTSD for days and I can't even leave my house. I'm like hiding at home more than I usually do, but like literally hiding at home. So I get that. And I'm sorry you had to go through that. So many kids had to, deal with all of that because people didn't know. I don't know. Adults weren't very good at adulting. Yeah. Okay. Oh, yes. And as the solstice is coming up, super excited about that. And then what I love about it is that by the time we get into January, you start to see the days getting longer. So the light is returning for sure. Oh, Melty. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll just say maybe a little therapy might help you kind of process some stuff and like a cord cutting or something to disconnect from that. But yeah, that's pretty awful. I know I have had similar things with my own father, and yeah, there's a reason I don't have a relationship with my parents. So I totally understand it. If anybody tells me they cut their parents off, I'm like, yeah, I totally get it. But yeah, I'm sorry. Well, I appreciate you sharing for sure. Like I know it takes a lot of courage to share our stuff, and yeah, yeah. I hope you're okay though. Yeah, it is horrible. It's awful. It's awful. Yep, the 21st is solstice, the longest day. Yeah, we all need a little healing, which is why I got a whole bunch of programs coming up, a whole bunch of offers. If you get on my VIP list, I'll drop the link here. If you get on my VIP list, you will get emails about it. You don't have to depend on the algorithms or anything else or hoping you catch my posts or whatever. You'll get information about what's coming up in 2026, tons of healing work, tons of magic, tons of all kinds of good stuff. Yeah, no problem, Miriam. No problem. I'm going to dig out that link for you and I'll drop it anyway. And I'll put it in the comments as well. Oh, this is from StreamYard. Isn't that cute? They have built-in things. My deer. Oh, those are little deers. What I don't know if you can see my mouse, but Lex is talking about the deers. Aren't they beautiful? I'll take a picture and post a picture because they look way better in real life than they do on the thing. IKEA. Yep, IKEA. Yes, absolutely. I totally 100 million% understand why you buy toys because I do the same thing. It's that little bit of childhood that was robbed from us that we can tend to our inner child through our toys. Like I love, like like my thing right now, I really wish I had gone to get one of those Grinch things from McDonald's, because I'm like, oh, they're so cute. They're so cute. But yeah, I've got toys and cute things. I like the little, yeah, girly little dolls and everything else. Absolutely. And I totally get it. And I know people poo poo on you for buying them. I know. I'm like, knock yourself out. I fully 100% support the buying of toys. If it brings joy, do it. Do it. Yeah, we're recognizing it on the 21st. Yeah. Yeah, so you don't have a relationship with him either. Yeah, it's hard. It's really, really hard when you have you're estranged from a parent. And yeah, I wasn't planning on going down this road. We are going to do the John D thing. But when we are estranged from a parent, like there's so much pressure. Like people always put the pressure on the adult child to fix the relationship. And it's like, I'm not the parent. That's not my job. And even now, like with my mother and your father, it's not our job to fix that relationship. So, and I have someone else in the chat right now that I know is dealing with something similar, and it's not their job. They may have to meet somebody on the bridge, but it's not their job. So, yeah, totally get that. And if you needed to cut that relationship off for the sake of your own mental health and your own emotional health and spiritual health and physical health and everything else, good for you. I commend anybody who can do that, because too many people suffer waiting, and the evil ones, they never die. They never die. Yeah. 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 I'm sorry, Munchie. We've all been through it. You know what? This is what amazing. I'm looking at all these people in the chat, like all of you, and we've all been through it. And we still show up every single day. Put on a happy face, cheer, put the lip gloss on, get the lippy on, and do your thing, right? So yeah, it's I think we're a walking testament to just putting one foot in front of the other, keep inhaling, keep exhaling. So yeah, and Michelle, if you ever want to talk, you know where to find me, and we can, I'm a great sounding board. I'm a vault, as probably most of you have figured out now. Okay, Miriam, have an amazing day. We'll chat soon. Yay, Footsy's here. Footsie, okay, I'm going to show you some stuff. I'm going to get you caught up on my life. I'm just going to scroll right through. I'm not even going to look at comments. Can't do it. Okay, I'm watching this really cool show right now. It is called Home for Christmas, and it is set in Norway. Well, it's filmed in Norway. It's in Norwegian, but it is dubbed in English, and it is the loveliest show. I highly recommend it if you're looking for a sweet Christmas show. And what it's about, this girl here, Johanna, she's single and she's trying to not be single. And so it's like every year it's like Christmas is coming, and how am I gonna, I don't, she wants to sit at the grown-up table and not at the kids table anymore. But now I need a kick sled because I've been watching this, and I'm gonna need a kick sled. Yeah, and some snow, more snow than I've got. So yeah, I thought that was super cute. Home for Christmas. It's on Netflix, and there is a third season that just came out last Friday. So you'll be able to catch up on it. And then I was going through some old photos. That was from, I think, 2020 or 2021. And a wedding photographer that I've worked with so many times, invited me to her house. And she had this set up, and she had clients. And so she took some photos for me. She said, dress up like you're going to a wedding. I'm going to take some pictures for your portfolio. And how sweet is that? How sweet is that? I love it. I love it. I love it. What do we got here? Melty saying her stuff. Yeah. It's a lot of times it's like the chosen father that is the one that really comes through for people. And I'm glad that you have him, and your mom. Your mom seems so sweet. Mama Melty is a doll. We get to enjoy her on your drive sometimes. It's so fun. It's so fun. So yeah, that was my little Christmas picture from a few years ago. I think 2022, as we were having a little fun in the backyard. And a few weeks ago, I talked about a Christmas market I went to, and this is what it looked like. Oh, you know what? We'll go this. No, that's not working. There we go. And we'll take the comment down. This is the building that it was in. How amazing is that? They do sword fighting and all kinds of things in here. And we're actually having a Christmas party in this building. In at the end of the before New Year's Eve. Before New Year's Eve. So yeah, that was a lot of fun. It was a cool spot for a market. We do our Christmas parties there, all kinds of things. So yeah, I just thought I found the picture and I was like, oh, there we go. So Melty's saying that she wouldn't have had anything without her stepfather. I love that for you. It's I'm so glad that you have that, because they always talk about boys growing up need a father, or like a father figure, a strong male figure in their life. Well, girls do too. So yeah, the same. We need balance in our life. So that's I'm glad that you have your stepfather. Thank you. Yeah, everybody's saying, there we go. Yeah, I got you, Melty. If you need a private call, we can do that. We'll get you just maybe some protocols and stuff. Oh, thank you. That was a fun little day at it used to be a church, but it's an event venue now. So that yeah, it's just such a neat spot. Oh, thank you. You were sick last week. Well, I hope you're feeling better. Oh, good. Good. You're feeling better. All right. So I'm going to take this picture out, and now we're going to talk about Sir John Dee. Lex, was it you who told me about him? Was it you who originally started this whole thing off? I can't remember if it was you or Odette. Oh, thank you. I appreciate you too, Melty. We're a good little team, aren't we? All the love back and forth between our channels. It's awesome. It's awesome. Yeah. Oh, I'll have to look that up to see what went on there. Okay. So it was Lex who was talking about it. All right. So I did some research. Here we go. I got 5 pages of notes here. And we're going to learn all about the original 007. Okay. So he was actually a doctor, Dr. John Dee, who became Sir John Dee. He was an advisor to Queen Elizabeth I. She was born in 1533 and died in 1603. And all the chat, I'm going to miss it, because if I look at it, we're toast. It's all going to go off the rails if I look at the chat. So he believed angels were teachers, and he refused to separate magic from science. But at that time, that was pretty normal. Science was magic and magic was science. It was just all one thing. They didn't distinguish between the two. But he was a paradox, because he was a mathematician who did astrology and horoscopes. He was a navigator who consulted crystal spheres. And he was a scientist who chased the language of angels. And we're going to talk about that, because that's like so cool. So cool. And that wasn't strange in the 1500s, because like all the great minds kind of existed then. And the search for the divine order in the universe was one of the biggest things on their minds way back then. And so if the stars moved with precision, someone must have written their script. They believed it was all intertwined and entangled. And it's interesting that we have a movement right now back towards that. So we're kind of back to this. Okay, Lex, I'm getting there. Sorry, I'm going to turn on my ring light since it's getting dark. It's 3:30 p.m. and it's getting dark. Okay, Lex, don't worry. I'm getting there. Okay. So Dee was determined to understand all of this. This is John Dee. So he collected knowledge, and he had a library in Mortlake, and it grew to be one of the biggest libraries in England. And that was where he put his manuscripts on geometry, astronomy, theology, alchemy, linguistics, and esoteric wisdom. And he believed that God spoke in numbers, and that understanding mathematics was a way of decoding the mind of the universe. Again, we're doing that again now. Chaldean numerology, gematria, the numerology I'm using these days. Everything has like a frequency that can be distilled down to a number, which is really, really interesting. So he wanted more knowledge. He wanted the communication in all of this. And he believed that angels could unlock humanity's spiritual evolution if someone was brave enough and asked the right questions. So this is when the angelic experiments began. So he began working with scrying crystals and ancient objects to make contact with higher beings. People still scry today. I've done scrying. I know other people who've done scrying. I'm not that great at scrying, but I dabble. But he was really having a hard time interpreting everything that was coming in. So he partnered with a well-known medium named Edward Kelly. So this is where things get really, really interesting and spooky. So they had a table engraved with magical sigils. We talked about sigils a few weeks ago here. I showed you some. A crystal or black obsidian mirror, which would be called a scrying mirror. A special wax disc called a sigillum de Ameth, I think. But that means seal of God's truth. And then there'd be lots of intensive prayer and invocation. So this is the scrying mirror, the black obsidian, and these are the wax seals here. So they would stare into the mirror, to the scrying mirror, until images formed. And you can do this on water, you can do it on paper, you can do all kinds of things on for scrying. And it's basically that you look at a flat surface. I've seen scrying mirrors that are matte. This one is shiny. And you see the images coming through. Like I said, I'm not that great at that. I use other tools. And then voices would speak to them. And these two men claimed that the angels were dictating messages letter by letter. And so they took these messages and formed a brand new language, Enochian, I believe it is pronounced. We could maybe get a pronouncer, or maybe Google a pronouncer. Enochian, like Enoch, and named after the biblical prophet Enoch, who was said to walk with the angels. So there we go. And we're going to pull up the alphabet here. There we go. So this language was like it was a whole new language. Nobody had ever, who is that in the reflection? It was just, I got the picture from Google. It was whoever was in the museum taking the picture. So Geezer, there was nothing strange going on there. It was just a picture I grabbed from Google. And so there's 21 letters. It's a unique grammar and syntax. The words are said to hold vibrational power, as though like with gematria and Chaldean numerology, all the different numerologies where you break down words into numbers. So it's that same kind of thing. And it was believed that this language would unlock communication with higher realms. And so an example, they had a word, lucifitius, which translates to brightness or glory. They have lundo, which means kingdom. And all sans vorsg, I reign over you, which I swear is more Scandinavian than anything else. So the scholars still debate this as whether this was a genius linguistic construction. Was it a channeled language, or was it just something invented? Like that it just had a certain consistency to it. Nobody really knows for sure. But the angels didn't just teach them a language. They revealed cosmology and hierarchies of spiritual beings and instructions for lifting the human soul. That's really nice, isn't it? And the angels told Sir John Dee, your mission is to restore divine knowledge to humanity. One of the characters has a duck head. because it's the StreamYard logo. 'Cause I'm using free StreamYard, so the little duck, it's just their logo. That's just the I love it. I love it. I was, like, looking for the duck, and I'm like, "Oh, yeah, the logo in the corner." So he was convinced that he was chosen by heaven. But who was he talking to? So let's go back to the black mirror, which is here. And this is just whoever was in the museum took the photo. I stole the photo from Google. That's it. That's all. And so this is not a British invention, even though he was British. This is Aztec volcanic obsidian, which is a sacred material used by their spiritual leaders. And many believed that the obsidian scrying mirrors were actually portals to the spirit world. And many still do believe that. And so he really protected this mirror. Like, he revered it, he loved it, and he kept it wrapped up when he wasn't using it. And he really believed that this was a doorway to other realms. And this mirror sits in the British Museum now. And I was reading about it, and some people, they've had some spooky experiences around it where they, see flickers of movement and lights. And sometimes they get an eerie feeling, and they're saying that the staff actually refuse to handle these objects by themselves. They just won't. So it's important to remember that Sir John Dee was one of the most respected scholars alive in his time, so in the 1500s. And he mapped stars for the sailors, and he studied geometry to predict tides. And I'm going to bet that that is still being used today. He wrote texts that later inspired Newton, Kepler, and Leibniz. And he advised Queen Elizabeth I on the most strategic dates for coronations and voyages. Essentially, he was the royal astrologer and strategist. And astrology is still used today to help people decide things. I know I know some Chinese people, and they've said, yeah, they'll go to their astrologer before they make big decisions about what day to get married, or, days for parties and things like that. And so it was widely believed that he became the first British intelligence agent. And now we're going to get to, I got to pull up this picture here. There we go. This was his signature, basically. And his secret reports were signed with two circles and a long flourish that looks like 007. And so James Bond's spiritual ancestor was a wizard. And, much like Icarus, he flew a little too close to the sun, and it all fell apart. Their experiments with this Mr. Kelly, his experiments intensified dramatically, and the messages from the angels they were receiving were getting stranger and stranger, and actually making demands of them. And one of the things that they told these men to do was swap their wives. They actually have a show about that, don't they? Wife swap. And so the angels were claiming it was required for spiritual unity and the completion of the work. And so Dee was kind of and because he wasn't necessarily certain it was divine guidance, because he did perhaps feel that it was manipulation. And his faith started to kind of wobble a bit, but he did it. He went ahead with it. And that was the moment everything started to fall apart. His reputation soured. His library was destroyed. This Mr. Kelly abandoned him. And the queen kind of pulled away from him. And the angels stopped talking to him. And I can imagine for him that was really, really sad. And he was once one of the most celebrated people in the UK and Britain and England. And he died in poverty and mostly forgotten. So yeah, it's occult historians study the Enochian magic. It's a rare surviving system of Renaissance angelology. I didn't even know that was a word, angelology. And linguists are still analyzing the language, the alphabet, and his diaries, his remaining surviving diaries, people are really trying to understand them because they seem to have conversations with something, but nobody really quite knows. And so it's really important. He didn't really see a dividing line between the truth and mystery. And like I said, I'm really feeling like the world is kind of coming back to that. We're having a big full circle moment here, because mathematics and magic were siblings. We talk about sacred geometry. Just look at a nautilus shell. That is like the easiest thing to look at to show sacred geometry and the magic numbers and everything. He believed that astronomy and astrology were the same, that alchemy and chemistry shared the same metals, that knowledge was sacred. That was the biggest, most important thing to him. And so the questions that I kind of thought about when I was learning about him was, it's okay, Beth, you're right on time, is was he a visionary centuries ahead of his time? Or was he just manipulated by a charlatan? I don't know. And was there a moment that he fell victim to his own ambitions because he had a great life and then, flew too close to the sun? So, I was kind of thinking about, like, is it important that to know whether or not he actually did speak to angels through the mirror, or that he just believed that the universe had more to say, and that it was such an interesting thing to learn about, this person. So thank you, Lex, for bringing up this topic. He believed that curiosity is holy. I do too. I love that. I'm like, when I was in a tarot academy, that is run by one of the top psychics in the world. That's how I learned how to read tarot. Because people say, you don't know how to read tarot. I'm like, no, I read tarot a very specific way. And one of the things we were taught is that the nosiest people make the best tarot readers, because we'll keep digging and digging and digging and try to find out more and more and more. So when you have somebody who's like really nosy pulling cards for you, that's where you're going to get some good stuff. And then he also believed that asking bigger questions is how we evolve. And I think, like I said, we're there again, which is kind of interesting timing to have this conversation. And it's something I wrote down was like, maybe the magic isn't in the mirror. Maybe it's in the mind that actually dares to look in the mirror. Like, we are the magic. He was the magic. We're all the magic. And I thought that was really interesting. So thank you all for hanging out for that. If you missed it, just the replay will be up. I'll leave the replay up for a while so that you can all catch up. But that was just a super, super interesting topic. Lex, thank you so much for bringing it up. The chat is I've lost all control of the chat here. Totally fine. And ley lines. Yes, ley lines. That's a really interesting thing if you have some time, just Google ley lines. It's quite interesting. And I have a chart that kind of tells you like what your energetics are and what your career should be and all this kind of stuff based on where you were born and what the ley line is where you were born. It's like really fascinating when you really kind of get down into, like, I don't really do too much in astrology. I dabble, but there's other things that I find really, really interesting. So what have we got here? I believe people who've been, yes. Yeah. So we'll go back to talking about having CPTSD and surviving narcissist abuse. That's what creates an empath. And that's the people who can read a room and read people. And hey, Dilly, how are you? I hope you're having a good month and you're enjoying your new car. But yeah, like, it's like that Alice in Wonderland thing. I've seen some shoes, so yeah. Thanks, Munchie. Yeah. Yes. That is another really good one. Maybe we'll do a talk on that in the new year. I'm going to write that down. so we can talk about that. Sorry, I'm just writing this down so I don't forget, because I'll get off the call and be like, what were we talking about? I can't remember. You're green. Dilly's green. Why are you green? Yes, Dilly, you got a membership. I dropped 5 memberships. You got one of them. That isn't it cool? Like, I was like, oh my gosh, I've never heard of this guy. So thank you to Lex for bringing it up the other day, a couple of weeks ago, brought it up, and I was like, who is this? Yeah, learned a lot. We learned a lot, and I always love to share. Yeah, the cathedrals are built on ley lines, and also too, there's a reason why they stopped playing the bells. I'll look that one up too, because they are healing frequencies. Absolutely. Yeah, replay on double speed, although I talk really fast, so yeah. Yeah, so you're probably yeah, you definitely would have CPTSD from that, and probably PTSD from other things. And then yeah, a lot of stuff there, a lot of stuff. If you've ever felt like you're an empath, that's why. Because our survival depends on reading the room and recognizing the energy and when things are going to blow up and kick off. So, yeah. What was that? What do you say? A raging sea addict as well. What's a sea addict? What? I don't know what that is. Let's do afterlife. The people, yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do a past life one in January. I think the first week of January. Got a past life call. Yeah, congratulations. And we're gonna do a members only live on Christmas Eve, earlier in the day, so that everybody can hang out. Yeah, the intersections of the ley lines. Yeah. Gonna do a talk on ley lines then. Like, this is all my jam. So I love all this stuff. So yeah, I'll look up ley lines as well, and we'll get some data and info. Yeah. Yeah, I think Stonehenge is on a ley line. Like, what's this city called? That begins with a G. Glastonbury? Is that right? I think that's like on a pretty powerful ley line too, isn't it? Oh, I see. Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah. Footsie, I got you. Snowflakes. It's snowy season. Yeah. Oh, are we talking about HG Tudor? I haven't listened to him in probably a year. Yeah, that's why Glastonbury is a very special place. Yeah. It's neat. I know that the guy who runs the Tarot Academy and the Psychic Academy that I'm in, he does events at Glastonbury every year. And because he's like, this is the most magical place in the world. So yeah. Yeah. They're all Salisbury, Stonehenge, and so see, we're gonna have to look all this up. Yeah, what's he done? What has HG done now? I don't know. I've only, like I said, I haven't listened to him probably in a year. So yeah. Okay, Maria, Poseidon Siren. To get someone's link, you just click their name, and there's a little drop-down menu. And then you'll see go to channel. So you can go right to their channel. You don't have to search for them or anything. Yeah. Yeah. Did he write a book now? I didn't even know you had a book. Yeah, The Sacred Geometry. Love it. I'm here for all of it. Here for all of it. So I did have a tooth extracted yesterday. I can see I'm even like a little bit swollen here. Very swollen on the inside. So this is not going to be the world's longest live because I am in pain. A little bit of pain. Yeah. 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 And thank you for hanging out. Yeah. A lot of us are dealing with it. It's a whole generation. Basically, it's sad. It's sad. Oh, Munchie, don't ever be afraid to ask anything here. Okay, because I know that we don't know, like, listen, we all go over to Michelle's channel. We're like, we don't even know what's going on. So yeah, don't ever be afraid to ask what we're talking about or what something is. Sometimes, if it's like we're right in the middle of something, might not be able to answer it right away, but we will get that out there. So yeah. So hold on. We're going totally off script here. So HG is not a lawyer. Yeah. Yeah, I took an Advil before we started, so I'll be all right. It's just a little achy. But let me take this stuff out of here. We'll have one last little look at his tools because I thought that was kind of neat just to have a visual of like, what do these things look like? So there's like his crystal ball and his wax seals and everything. That was there, and there's the alphabet again. If anybody wants the alphabet, just tell me and I can get it posted. Here we go. There, we'll take that comment down. So yeah, that was Sir John D. Sir John D. And there's his signature again. There we go. Yeah, so all kinds of things going on. Knitting like a fiend. I just finished a scarf for a biker in our Harley colors. So I just need to stitch in the ends, like weave in the ends. So that will be delivered to him, left as a little surprise on Christmas Eve. And I've been knitting Sophie scarves, which are these cute little scarves in blue. I actually started one. You can see it, you basically knit it as a triangle. And I got this yarn, this nice blue. So those are going to be scarves for all the women going to the conservative convention from my writing. And Miriam, who is here, she's going to get one too. So we all have our nice little blue scarves for Team Blue. And we're going to be, so I'll be knitting those over the holidays to get them all done. And I'm going to pop another picture in here. You know what I did? Because it only lets you put 10 pictures. So I had to make some decisions. I had some choices I needed to make, but you need to see this shawl. I can't, I made a commitment to myself that I wasn't going to buy any yarn in 2026 because I have bought so much yarn lately. Like I don't have room for any more yarn. But then I saw this and had to break my own rule. So this is a knit shawl and it's a maple leaf. I'm Canadian. I'm really trying hard to stay proud of that. It's not easy most days, but look at how gorgeous this is. I mean, my goodness, right? Like so beautiful. Look at that. So I'm going to knit that in 2026 for myself. Right? That's what I said, right? Too. Like, I was like, yes. Oh my God. Like so beautiful, right? And when I looked up the pattern, it's not a difficult pattern. It's basically a knit and purl and yarn over. Like it's not a hard pattern to do. All the little holes, the lacy bits, that's just a yarn over. And then the rest is knit and purl. You just have to pay attention. But the pattern itself, the written pattern is like 20 plus pages long because it literally is line by line. There's no like, okay, so for the next 20 rows, do this. It's like literally line by line because every line is different. So yeah, I'm very excited about this. Got to break my rule. My yarn buying rule is broken for this. So I might actually make more than one. Because if Pierre Poilievre is finally next year our prime minister, fingers crossed, I'm going to make one for his wife. So, and I'll send it up to her. I'm probably send it to her through my MP, so he can get it into her hands and it doesn't get like, doesn't raise any red flags in terms of parliamentary police and stuff. And those guys don't mess around. They do not mess around. Will I make it in navy blue? Probably not. I will probably make it in very similar to this, that this is quite an autumnal Canadian vibe. So yeah. So HG. Oh, you figured out who he is. Is this, we're talking about HG, right? Because so many people have told me all their ideas of who it is. And yeah, I don't. Yeah. Isn't that gorgeous? Isn't that gorgeous? So yeah, that'll be a little adventure along the way. I see, I can't crochet. I can only knit. I can only knit. So that was my maple leaf scarf. Who do we have here? Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Like I feel like it needs to look like an autumn leaf. If I was going to be going to like a Toronto Maple Leafs event or something like that, then I would definitely make one in blues. But I just, this one, I feel like needs to be an autumn leaf. So that's why I'm gonna make one for me and one for Pierre Poilievre's wife, Anna. And yeah, get it into her hands. So yeah, that's now we see, now we gotta know who HG is. See, this is what happens. You know, yeah, know who he is. See, like I said, I haven't watched him in so long. I actually have no idea. I couldn't even tell you. People tell me all of their ideas of who they think he is and everything else, but I just found, I'm going to be honest, I found him really triggering because sitting listening to somebody like a narcissist talking about narcissists is like it's a lot, and I found myself starting to get a little triggered because Meghan Markle is quite a lot like my mother, which mm-mm, mm-mm. Yeah. Yep. So, um, I don't, oh yeah, we'll see here. So this is what I'm reading these days. He's an American. Hold on. Hold on. Oh, I've heard this. Mm-hmm. 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 I've heard this about him. I've also heard other things, but I have heard this one. Yeah. Which I thought was kind of interesting. And it's amazing if you start Googling him, the number of people who are posting, yeah, I dated him. And I'm like, I kind of think you didn't. Kind of think you didn't. He's probably, maybe, I don't know. Allegedly for entertainment purposes only. Okay. There, share link. Okay, there. Yeah. Sopper's gonna share a link. Yeah, I couldn't tell you what he's up to these days. But in other fun news, this is the Advent book that I've been reading with my neighbor. It's cute. It's quite enjoyable. I like the way it's written in that the main character talks to the reader. It's sort of neat. And shout out to Lola, who helped me get this on audio because I was like, I just don't have time to read. Like I got too much going on and I'm struggling to keep up with my reading. And she got me set up with her library where I could download this as an audiobook. So happy. And this audiobooks, take like 6 hours to listen to or 6 weeks to read. So there we go. Yeah. As a person who's been deeply, yeah, see, like that's the thing is I listen to them and I'm like, I get angry and I start to feel triggered. So I just can't. I just can't. So listen to, yeah, I heard about all that. That was kind of crazy. That was really, really, really crazy. Yeah. A little too much for everybody. So my neighbor who I gave this book to, she and I went to dinner one night and we did, and the whole point of this, everybody gathering in this restaurant was for Christmas movie trivia. And so there was like 48 questions, 4 rounds, yada, yada, yada. And we won. We won. I didn't even think I was like, yeah, whatever, we'll just eat and have some fun. We ended up winning and we won a $60 gift card for that restaurant. So we're going to go back in January and have another dinner. And maybe they'll do another trivia night we can win. But it was like Christmas movie trivia, like Wonderful Life and all the cartoons and all of that kind of stuff. It was a lot of fun and it was nice to win. I didn't even know there was a prize. I was just like, let's just go have fun and eat food. And we won a prize. So we were pretty excited. Aspie is saying that she loves my sweater. Thank you. It is one of my Christmas sweaters with my plum duff or plum pudding, depending on what decade you're from. And little gingerbread men. I think I got it on Shein. Shein is a great place to get Christmas sweaters, autumn sweaters, because there's no point in spending too much money on something you're going to wear for like a tiny short period of time and then put in a bin and bring it out a year later. So thank you. Thank you for noticing my Christmas sweater. And look at my earrings. They're like bows for like Christmas bows that you put on your Christmas presents. Yep. Oh, yeah. God, that was so dramatic. That was so dramatic. And I'll tell you, in all of that, that was when I first heard about Alex. I'd never seen him before, knew nothing about him. And I'm so glad that he stuck around and is hanging out with all of us. And we love him. We love him. And he's always welcome here. Always, always, always. Oh, yeah. Unpaid private investigators. Yeah. Yeah. I can find out anything with someone's first name and perhaps a past workplace. Yeah. Aren't they cute? They're little Christmas bows. I thought they were adorable. Whoop, see, yeah, we're not doing that here, but they made her put. Oh, that's really creepy. Not you, but what you're talking about. We're not going to put it on the screen, but that's really creepy. I don't like this guy. I don't like him. He's like freaking me out a little bit. Freaking me out. Yeah. All right. I dropped off a whole bunch of little gifties, knit ornaments and things like that. Been knitting like crazy. It is my jam. It keeps me sane, keeps me out of jail, really is what it does. And again, I'll just remind you about the Angels Survival Guide and the end of year review. We dropped the links in there. Oh, you know what? I went for a little drive. I'm going to show you part of the video of, oh, there we go. This is the Christmas neighborhood. So the full video, I posted it on my community page. The full video, it's actually on one of my other channels because I couldn't figure out how to make it fit here. So, but yeah, and this guy kept putting his brakes on. I'm like, we're going 5 kilometers an hour. We don't need to slam on the brakes. But yeah, this is a neighborhood for anybody who lives in the Toronto area. It's in Bowmanville. And all these houses, it's famous in Southern Ontario. There's Facebook pages devoted to it. And what they do is they raise money and collect items for the food bank. And some of in the video, in the big main video that's on my other channel, you can see bins at some of the ends of some of the driveways, and you can drop your donated food in there. So yeah, that's what it looks like. That's what that's what the Toronto area looks like right now. And so where are we here? Lex is asking if it's snowing. It is not snowing right now. It did snow a little bit earlier today, but it's been kind of snowing a bit every single day. And but our roads are clear now. I just looked outside. I can see the street. And but there's lots of snow. It looks very pretty. And we'll probably get more snow, lots more snow. Because I remember last year, oh my gosh, the snowbank was taller than me, which isn't hard, but still, as a rule of measurement, 5'2" is a pretty good one. Yeah. Yeah. We're talking about the HG link, right? Is that what we're doing? I don't know what's going on. We're saying do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Oh, so your snow melted. Oh, that's too bad. That's too bad. It's 50 degrees. I don't know what 50 degrees is. Where are we here? 50 degrees out today. I don't know what 50 is. Like 15? Is that 15 for me? Is that 15 Canadian? I don't know. I do Celsius. Well, I do Celsius to a point. If you start getting into like 52 Celsius, I don't know what's going on. Then I move to like American numbers. But yeah, and all Canadians were a little like bipolar that way, that we switch back and forth. But if you say 50 degrees, we don't know what that is. That's like too much in the middle. We don't know what that is. Did you see the full video, Munchie? It's about 9 minutes long. And I drove through every little street in that neighborhood and filmed all of it. Yeah, Canada's pretty. This is what I struggle with is the state of Canada right now is not great. We are on the brink of becoming a communist country. And like I think like I can leave. Like I have 3 citizenships. My son has 2 citizenships. My husband has a whole other citizenship. Like we can leave. We're not trapped here the way many people are. But I just think, where would I want to go? I want to go somewhere with lots of trees and snow and 4 seasons that's full of Canadians. Besides Canada, where do I do that? But I was talking I was talking to somebody who's in the chat, and I said Norway, which is why I think I'm kind of obsessed with this Norway show. Is I think, oh, it looks really nice. Everybody speaks English. They've got lovely weather. They have like winter, which is important to me, just because I like 4 seasons. I'm used to it. So yeah, and their nature is beautiful. Everybody that I've ever known from Norway has been like outdoorsy. They enjoy the nature, but they can because their temperatures are pretty in the middle. Like when it's minus 40 here, we don't do outdoorsy. So yeah. Oh, I love that. I love that. Yes. Imagination is the key to everything. The word imagination in Chaldean numerology, I believe, adds up to 3. So does the word millionaire. You will never be a millionaire without imagination. You have to imagine being a millionaire to achieve that. So there we go. Your son-in-law's mom lives in Canada. Where in Canada does she live? I wonder if I know her. Oh, I have a funny story about that. So there's a man in my town, and he was like really, really well known locally for having a jewelry store, but like a costume jewelry store. And so if you're going to a wedding or fancy, you'd go and you'd buy some like fake pearls and whatever. And so he was in India. Oh, no, sorry, he wasn't in India. Somebody else I know that we both know was in India. And he came back and told this story. So this man's name is Ken. And the man who went to India, his name is Bob. Like these are actually their names. And so Bob is standing at a bar in India, and some man is talking to him. Some Indian man is talking to him. And he's like, oh, I'm from Canada. And the Indian man says, where? And he says the name of the place. And he said, oh, do you know Ken? Last name. And this man, Bob, is like, I can't even go to India without hearing about this man. So yeah. That's why I'm like, I wonder if I know your mom. Wouldn't that be funny if I knew your mom? Yeah, I feel like the 2 of you really got just put through the ringer on that one. We'll maybe do a members only talk about that one day. Hardly get snow here. Really? I thought you lived in a snowy. I thought that was like a pretty snowy place you lived. Yeah. Oh, hold on. Is this the link to the thing, to the HG thing? Sorry, I didn't mean to click it. Is that the link? Hang on. So much drama has happened this year. Oh my gosh. Okay, so 50 degrees American is 10 Canadian. So that's pretty warm. Like Canadians are wearing shorts in that weather. We're not wearing coats or anything. We're wearing shorts in that weather. Flip-flops maybe. Holy Alex, I think we're going to do a members only. You come up here and you tell me what went on, because everybody's just like, what the heck in? What? Yeah, the same guy that was in the movie. Oh, what is going on? I'm so lost. Hold on. The Upper Peninsula. Everybody, I don't even know what's going on. This is like random things. Yeah. Munchie's one of the best. Just so you know. Munchie is one of the best people I've ever known in my entire life. Yeah, UK and Canada we're about 5 months behind the UK right now. Yeah, Norway. I think I could be quite happy in Norway. Denmark, that's another good option as well. We had a girl from Denmark live with us for like 6 months. She was an exchange student. And so we learned all kinds of things about Denmark. Her family was lovely. It seemed like a really cool place. I think I would blend in with a Scandi country, don't you think? I wouldn't be special. I would just blend right in. I would just blend in. There. Oh, hang on. So Munchie's saying she adores Jen. Yeah, I haven't watched Jen in a long time. I think I just kind of got busy with everything else and spent a lot of time in Norway in the military. Nice. It's a quick, short. Okay, is it the link that Sapper dropped? Hold on. Let me go back here. Oh, frigadag. Now I've lost it. I've lost. Oh, there it is. Okay. This link here. But I can't, hang on. I can't actually get the link. Hold on. Okay. All right. I've clicked it on mine and now for later. I'll come back to it later. 10 degrees. Jen. Yeah, I'll go give Jen a watch. I haven't watched her in a long time. Denmark's a good option. Yeah, military. Okay, there we go. She's outside of Toronto. West or east? What if I know your mom? Or no, your son-in-law's mom. What if I know her? That would be hilarious. That would be kind of wild. Footsie's saying that her mom is a first-generation American Swede. Oh, nice. Yeah, see? Yeah, that's how I got my third citizenship, was through bloodline. And citizenships are so easy to get. There's a great book called Nomad Capitalist that teaches all that kind of stuff. Yeah. You, Alex, I don't even know how you got through that, really. I have no idea. No idea. Oh, yeah. So Munchie's saying she thought that because you're in Colorado, right? That you thought, like, to me, I think snow and pot. Like, yeah. Oh, in Dundas. Okay, I know where that is. So I think we all know my son is a competitive bagpiper and he actually competes sometimes against the Dundas pipe band. So we know people from Dundas that play in that pipe band. So yeah, it's way on the other side. Way on the other side. Yeah, they were both. Okay, I'm going to watch it. All right, give me 1 second. I'm going to watch this short. I don't know what I'm watching for. Oopsie. Oh, isn't that actor from The Crown? Is that the actor from The Crown? Hang on. I got to go to the comments. All right. I just watched. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for helping me stay caught up. Okay. I did. I just watched it on my laptop. Yeah. See, Munchie, the goodest person in the world. Trust me. We all lives in Dundas. No, you're quite smart. You are quite smart. Oh my gosh. So much craziness. We should do a live, Alex. You pop up here and you can just tell the whole story. Yeah. Yeah. I did see Jen's video when she came back. And I thought very, very classy. Like she handled it perfectly. It was a masterclass, really. Yes, my son is a competitive bagpiper. He wins medals. He competes all the time. He actually has a competition in a few weeks, 3 weeks, just over 3 weeks in Toronto, if you're not from Toronto. And yeah, he's been playing for 7 years, almost 8 years. He's been playing, and it's a pretty cool thing. And it's fun because we actually work together sometimes because when I'm doing a funeral or a wedding, one of the options I offer couples or families is, do you need a bagpiper? And so when they say yes, I'm like, I got one. I got one. I'll even bring him with me. And so, yeah, we've worked together at funerals and different events. And I'm his manager. So, because he does a lot of bookings and parties and events, plus the competition side of things. So, I'm the momager, really. Yeah. What do I think will happen with Western medicine? Yeah, I think more people are leaning towards a more natural way of life. Tallow, let's just use tallow as an example. It is becoming the biggest booming thing I see out there right now, that women are switching and men are switching from drugstore and, Sephora brands and things like that to using tallow. Like, I use tallow on my face. I make my own serums and everything so that my skin is not getting all those chemicals in it. And I think we're seeing more and more and more of that. The homesteading, people making their own food instead of buying processed food, things like that. So I think we're starting to see a switch to, our grandparents' life again. Yeah, I've heard about this. So Michelle's asking about my reaction to this video. And I know a lot of people have said this guy, isn't his name like Dominic? Is that his name? Dominic something? I've been hearing for a long time that that's who HG is. But I've also heard other people. So I'm just like, I don't know. The guy triggers me. I don't pay attention enough to analyze it. So, yeah, but who knows? Oh, Dominic West. Thank you. Because I'm like, I can't remember his name, but he was in The Crown. And his voice is very, very similar. But then is the guy who is HG using a voice changer? That's, yeah, I don't know. Because somebody has told me that he's Canadian. And other people have told me he's this person and that person and everything else. And I Googled one day just to see, like, what would I find? And I found all these women saying, I used to date him. And then the aeronautics engineering thing, I've heard that too. So yeah. I can't use a straw because of my tooth being yanked out of my face. It's been a hard few weeks. That's why I'm so happy to be here. The hats that the Mounties wear. Yeah. The last time I saw Mountie, so they're RCMP and they're just regular cops, right? They just wear their RCMP police uniforms that look like every other uniform, but just different colors. So those are like the dress uniforms, the formal dressy uniforms. And the last time I saw Mountie was a year ago at the Highland Ball. And there was Mounties there getting the door for everybody, which was kind of cool. We got pictures with the Mounties. Yep. There we go. Oh, Stupid. How are you? Thanks for hopping in. I hope you're having a good day. I hope you get to that place. Alex, I hope you get to a place of healing. Does he wear a kilt all the time? All the time in a kilt? Like, not every day, but he has 3 kilts, and he has his band kilt. He has his old band kilt, and then he has my father-in-law's kilt. And he'll probably end up with more kilts over the years. But yeah, he wears a kilt all the time. He's been wearing a kilt since he was itty bitty, because we are Scottish. So we are from Scotland. Like, all the men in my family wear kilts and own their own kilts. So yeah, and I actually have a pattern. My mother-in-law wrote a pattern for the kilt hose. So I'm going to make up kilt hose for my son once he's kind of peaked at the growing stage. So yeah. Oh, we're having a good time here. Yeah, Alex, you need to protect your own mental health for sure. We all do. You wash your face with tallow. Nice. Yeah, it's a good cleanser. What I do is I spray a little toner on my face, and then I take my tallow and like rub it in. And the one that I have is Canadian. They're a freedom loving organization, and it's got frankincense in it. And even my serum that I make for myself has frankincense in it too. Who is this chick? What do you mean, who is this chick? Tallow it's beef tallow. It's beef fat, essentially. It's part of the fat that they take from cows. And it's used for all kinds of things. But one thing it does get used for is like you put it on your face, you put it like head to toe, basically. It's really, really good for you. Don't know either. It's fun to pet. Yeah, see? Like that's part of it. If we knew, then we'd all be like, oh, that's boring, right? So it's better to not know and have some fun, right? Yeah. So Strupit came to did Strupit come to my channel and not know it's me? It's beef fat that's made into soap. Yeah. So I don't even have any handy to show you, but it looks like it just looks like a balm or a salve. It's in a tin. Mine comes in a tin, and you just use like a pea-sized amount on wet skin, and off you go. Yeah, it's awesome. No, he's American. Do not buy. Yeah, see, this is the thing. I'm like, is HG using a voice recorder? I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. Yeah. Yeah, then you won't like the tallow. That it won't be your thing. Because yeah, it's not for vegetarians or vegans. No. Nope. Yeah, it could be, could not be. I don't know that who he is. Yeah. It's oh, look at that. Sapper's sister lives somewhere near Munchie. There we go. Yeah, make that happen. Oh, footsie, right? So you feel my pain where it's just like, ugh. My dentist is this huge man. He might be Polish. I think he might be Polish. And lovely man. It's like amazing. Like he's so big and so strong. Got in there and yanked my tooth out. Like I was just like, and but at the same time, he's so gentle. Like he understands. Like I've got this little tiny person in front of me. Like we can't break her. So yeah, it's like it's an interesting thing. He's so gentle while at the same time ripping teeth out of my face. Like that was, but yeah, it's a thing. Yeah. It's a thing. Okay. So Munchie and Alex are gonna chat. There. Oh, thanks. Yeah. Which it's Wednesday. It's December. It's probably the last big show of the year. Got lots of plans for the new year. There you go. HG got very same. Yeah. I found that too. It just became very repetitive. Repetitive. My son is a minor. Yeah. Slapping hands away. There's already one person that I've kind of like, you got to keep your hands off my kid. So yeah, he's not an adult. We don't touch the young boys in the kilts. So yeah. Yeah, that would be fun. Brought in a piper for my, oh yeah, oh, that's nice. So Alexa's saying she brought in a piper for her father-in-law's funeral. Yeah. We always try to hire young pipers, but now we got my son, so he can always do it. She is not a narc. It's like those people always bigging themselves up as being hard. Oh, interesting. Interesting. All right. Munchie's going to be meeting up with everybody. Blue Yukon is saying she just finished. I'm assuming well, maybe you're not a woman. I shouldn't even assume that. I don't know what your pronouns are. But said, funny, I just finished making my tallow made 2 huge jars. Yay. Good for you. Yep. Canada. Alex. Oh, now I know you are. Oh, yeah, this is me on my own channel. But doing my thing. I think this is the first time you've been here, right? Yeah, I know Nikki uses tallow. Nikki uses all natural stuff. Oh, yeah, they make candles with it as well. It's basically a fat. So, yeah. Oh my gosh. You too. You too. Yeah, there we go. What is going on? Oh, he does American accents as well. Interesting. Yes, Munchies in Colorado. Yes, everybody, tickle the like button. An angel will get its wings. And don't forget to subscribe. And like I said, Christmas Eve, we'll probably do a little members only, little card pulls and little, just a little hangout just before we go into all this stuff. Do I think Canada will have an overhaul? I hope so. I hope, oh, well, okay. Canadian politics for one moment. So because we are turning into communist Canada and there's so much Chinese interference here, this is not about Chinese people. This is about the Chinese government. Okay. Let's just put that out there. But, and we know that because we have Chinese police stations here. They are keeping an eye on their operatives. Donald Trump is not going to want to have the world's longest unprotected border being shared with China. So I think that he's our ticket to solving this. If we can't, as a democratic nation, solve it, I think Donald Trump will be like, no, not having this. So yeah, we should all, max out your benefits for the end of the year. Have a great night, Just British. Thanks for hanging out. Did I get gas? No, he just froze me really, really good. And I have TMJ, so yeah, as he was like pushing down and pulling, I'm like, oh, yeah, it was good. It was good. But it's done now. It's done now. Stupid saying Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. Enjoy the holidays, Stupid. I hope you get lots of spoiling and food and candy and all the good things. All of the good things. A 65-year-old girl living in Mississauga. Girl, we're neighbors. We're neighbors. I live near Toronto. So see, I'm doing that thing. See how it goes. Woo. Yeah, the aliens are coming. We were talking about that. So you're a 65-year-old girl living in Mississauga. Oh, that's exciting. Email me. We'll chat. We'll chat. Oh, ba-dum-bum. Ba-dum-bum. Oh, no worries, Dilly. I hope it was a good phone call. Oh my goodness. So many. Angel already has her wings. Thank you. Thank you. There we go. Yeah, everybody go to Colorado. Go visit Munchie. Go visit Munchie. I can't remember. But what were we agreeing with? I can't remember. Yeah, like good Chinese food though. Not the kind of crappy stuff, like the good stuff. I'm actually going for Japanese food on Friday night. I'm excited about that. Oh no, Dilly. Oh no, I hope you're okay. If you need to talk, you know where to find me. Pork fried rice. Yum. Yeah. Yeah, Dilly, if you need to talk, you know where to find me. You know where to find Munchie. There we go. All right. I'm going to work on all the ideas that we talked about here today. And like I said, don't forget my Angels Survival Guide. I know a bunch of you grabbed it already. We'll drop the link one more time. Oh, stupid. I thought you were saying that you click the like button and then an angel got their wings, but you could do that too. You can do that too. So yeah, we're going to wrap it up here. I'm going to go take some painkillers. And if you got a membership today, congratulations. Yay. And we'll meet here in a week, probably earlier in the day. And we'll have a little hangout and see what happens. Yay. Yay. Uh-oh. What's going on? Hold on. Just got a text. Oh, which one? Which one? Is it the one I think it is? Are you going to go live again to talk about it? Because then we'll all head over there. We will all head over there. Thank you, Melty. Thank you, Lex. Thank you for suggesting the topic for today. In January, we'll be back with ley lines and all kinds of other magical things. And we'll come up with some good stuff. And thank you, Munchie. Thank you, Footsie. everybody. Thank you to my mods, Maria and Sapper, for helping me out. I have no idea what went on in the chat tonight, but I'm sure it was all under control. No idea. Just a whole lot of it went flying by. And we'll be back in a week. Take care, everyone. Thanks for hanging out. If I don't see you, have a very, very Merry Christmas. Thank you, Alex. And yeah, come up with me sometime and we'll chat. We will chat. That was fun. Have an amazing day, everybody. Take care. Bye.